What is going on with CS Legacy? Let's see what Maxim has to tell us, but I think nothing.
Valve has released another small update today, clarifying
Small? It has 2 lines, bro. Did he forget about the last update with 1 line? Maybe. But by the way, this second line is just like randomly there, so they didn't release just 1 line. So they released the second one just so the update wasn't just 1 line, because last time they got too much trash talk, you know?
Description that the video charms are trade.
Since 2019, streamers start making a ton of cash. Yeah, I make a ton of cash, but you don't see me behaving and over exaggerating and acting to get more views or something. Like, bro, be yourself. If people like you, they like you. If they don't, unlucky, bro. But I don't know. I don't get it.
And that you can buy and sell them after 7 days. So now,
especially if you're making so much money, then you shouldn't be acting as a streamer. You should be like relaxed, because you have so much money, you can be you. The reason why I always wanted a lot of money is so I can be me. I don't have to act differently to make money, to have a job, to whatever. Now when I have money, I can be me. I can be who I am, say what I want, what I think, and be fully transparent, because the money allows you to, say what you want to say and still be good, be safe. I don't know maybe I'm stupid.
Now you know, but what I really wanted to talk about in this video is CS Legacy, which we'll do right after Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey.
It's a 4-minute video, and we have a 30-second
Let's do a quick recap. It all started with Classic Offensive, a CSGO mod, a love letter to everyone who enjoys the aesthetics.
Still works, still can be played, all normal. So if anybody wants to play Classic Offensive, we're making we have already 5 servers on Discord. You join their channel, you write ready, and you can play the game. Free to download, free to play, and we're adding prizes and leaderboards there just to give back to the community. So this mode, Classic Offensive, just write classicoffensive.net. No hashtag, no nothing, no dash, nothing. Classicoffensive.net. You can download the game and you can play it. Today's video is sponsored by RainGG. Rain is one of the fastest growing CS2 case opening sites. Besides fun case openings, they offer game modes like case battles, upgrader, and doubles. Rain gives players free daily, weekly, and monthly cases. If you sign up with my code Loba, you get 3 free cases and 5 deposit bonus. The site supports instant deposit and withdrawals using skins or crypto. If you want to try Rain, click the first link in the pinned comment and use code Loba to claim your rewards. Please remember, loot boxes sites can be addictive, so make sure you're over 18 and only spend money you can afford to lose. Good luck.
And gameplay of 1.6. And in January this year, when things were looking fairly...
CS2 takes like 120 gigabytes, something like that. CS Classic Offensive takes like 9 gigabytes, something like that. So you can play it, and it's really good.
Optimistic, Classic Offensive was suddenly retired from Steamworks, the system letting game makers put their games on Steam, with the vague explanation that it wasn't a good fit, even though the mod was greenlit back in 2017, which was not taken into consideration. Then, 17 hours before releasing their latest version off Steam over on ModDB, to get it out, they were informed by Valve that the mod was potentially against the Steam subscriber agreement, so they needed to adjust the latest version of the mod to be in line with the agreement. However, Valve's stance sort of clarified as not allowing derivative content, meaning stuff that's based on someone else's original work, which in this case would be mods, except on specific games of their intellectual properties. So they then tried to contact various people over at Valve to work things out and got no response. And in May, the unfortunate news came that they had to shut down the project. All of this was very sad news and very ironic considering the historic fact that Counter-Strike itself was originally a mod for Half-Life. And now we get to CS Legacy, another 1.6 fan project, which felt to a lot of us like a second chance. Of course, most of us were still skeptical because we saw what happened with Classic Offensive, and Legacy's team even issued a statement stressing that all of their code and assets were original, further clarifying as well that Legacy was developed on Valve's public source SDK and they were using it exactly as the guidelines permit. This is, by the way, exactly how CS Pro Mod, a project from the same team, was able to exist for years without any issues. And now, just 2 days ago, CS Legacy posts this. Uh-oh. This seems very familiar. So what happened now? A Valve employee reached out to the team and suggested that using the Counter-Strike IP, so the intellectual property, might not be allowed anymore without a special license. This obviously took the legacy devs by surprise because they did make sure that they were following all of Valve's own rules. So they obviously replied back to clarify everything, and since then, Valve has gone radio silent. But for now, this means that CS Legacy is currently in limbo, and the team has already started reaching out to everyone who donated to the project to issue refunds. But there is some good news in all of this. They designed the project so they would own all of their custom assets, code, and all of that stuff. If Valve comes back and says no, the Legacy team is ready to change course. What would that mean? It means that they would still continue, but they would move the development to a new engine like Godot or Unreal and basically turn the entire project into its own standalone game. Now, if that happens, it wouldn't be a 1.6 remake anymore, obviously. But the team said it would still focus on the skill-based FPS and capture the core aspects of fun, fluid, Quake-style movement, tight gunplay, strong wall bangs, you know, all of that stuff. Also, they're still submitting their current CS Legacy build to Steam for review, while at the same time starting a prototype of their own game on the Godot engine. In any case, they're committed to releasing something. Personally, I trust this team. They've already done CS Pro Mod, but ultimately, all of this news means we're not going to get anything playable for a good while, which is totally understandable. Of course, I'll update you when we get more news, but let me know your thoughts down below. And
Bro, look how much better this here looks than CS2. Look at this. Looks clean. Doesn't hurt your eyes. Doesn't look like flashy with the rainbows and lights and like killing your eyes with so much colors. Looks really like you're in a shooter, like you're focus. I don't know. It gives you focus on the weapon and everything. And in CS2 it looks like way too many colors and everything happening over the screen. I really hope they release it, but I personally think it would be better if they release it on a new engine, because it will be good for CS to have competition and for them if they can add skins, because gambling and skins pushes games further, you know. Nowadays people want to gamble more than play, so if they can have the gaming and gambling, they're going to pull a lot of people away from CS who will stay there for the skins and the money, but for the gameplay they will go to play somewhere else. Because even now a lot of people switch to playing a classic offensive, to playing Valorant, to playing other games, because simply CS2 is not a game that you can play. So it would be really good if they go to another engine, and then they can maybe fuck with Valve, you know, f them over by making a better game than them, because these guys are skilled compared to like CS2 devs. CS2 devs are really unskilled, bro. They can't fix anything in the game. They're like getting everything fixed by the community. They can't fix anything. So I really would like them to go to another engine and then make a better game than CS2. The only problem is CS2 got skins. So skins need to die for gaming to be good again, I think. So I'm hoping skins die.